when Laura texted, "Don't call me. I just stare at my phone." The glow of the message in the dim light of my office felt like a slap to the face. I typed back, "Then don't come back." I didn't really mean it, not entirely, but in that moment, something inside me cracked. The kind of break that makes no sound, yet changes everything. Laura and I had been married for 7 years. 7 years that began with laughter and ended in silence. There were days when we talked for hours about our dreams. Lately, we couldn't even decide what to eat without arguing. She said I didn't understand her anymore. Maybe she was right. Maybe I had stopped trying. Or maybe I was just exhausted from being the only one who cared. That morning had been rough. She left after another petty argument, saying I didn't listen. I wanted to tell her I had been listening for years, waiting for her to say something real instead of blame. But I stayed silent. I just watched her go, her perfume lingering longer than her goodbye. When her message came hours later, I expected anger or maybe regret. But "Don't Call Me" felt cold, final, like she had already made her choice. And I made mine. "Then don't come back." I set the phone down, heart racing, expecting regret to hit me. It didn't. Not yet. Instead, a heavy silence settled over me, the kind that comes after you finally stop begging for someone halfway out the door. I thought that would be the end. That maybe this was the closure I needed. But 5 minutes later, my phone started ringing. Once, twice, over and over. Her name lit up the screen like a warning. I didn't know how to react. I didn't answer, just stared at her name flashing like an alarm. Laura calling again, almost frantic. My mind raced, anger, regret, or something worse. I let it ring 3 times before picking up. "Laura," I said, voice colder than intended. A pause. The kind that tells you someone's crying, trying not to let you hear it. Then her voice trembling. "Please don't say things like that. You don't mean it." I stayed silent. I wanted her to explain why she had told me not to call, but she didn't. Instead, she whispered, "Can I come home?" It should have been simple. Yes, but something inside me hesitated. All the nights I waited for her gaze to meet mine. The excuses, the flinches when I tried to hold her, they all came rushing back. "Why now?" I finally asked. Silence. Then quietly, "Because I made a mistake." The words hit like ice. I didn't need her to spell it out. I had seen the changes, the late nights, the new perfume, the phone never leaving her hand. I had told myself I was imagining it, but hearing her say it, even indirectly, shattered the last piece of denial. "Who?" I asked. Her breathing hitched. A sob. Silence. "It's over." "Okay," I ended it. "I swear. Just please let me come home." I leaned back in my chair, pulse hammering. For months, I had been the one begging for her attention, for her care. Now she was begging me. But it didn't feel like victory. It felt hollow. Watching a house burn down, and realizing you don't want to save it anymore. "I don't know, Laura," I said softly. "Maybe you should stay wherever you were planning to go." Silence. Then she whispered, "Please, don't do this to me." I almost laughed at the audacity. That night, sleep refused me. Her words echoed, "Please don't do this to me." It was uncanny how easily she cast herself as the victim. I sat by the window in our Madison apartment, watching city lights fade into darkness, thinking how love can slowly become unrecognizable. 7 years, and we were strangers sharing the same memories. Around midnight, my phone buzzed again. A message, "I'm outside. Please just talk to me." I didn't move at first. Part of me wanted to see her, to look her in the eyes and ask why. Another part, the tired, beaten down part, didn't want any more excuses. Curiosity won. I went to the door. She was there, arms wrapped around herself, mascara smudged, eyes red from crying. For a moment, she looked like the woman I had once loved. Fragile, familiar, full of everything I once believed in. "I messed up," she said as I opened the door. "I thought he cared about me." "I thought you didn't." Her voice cracked. Something twisted inside me. Not anger, not pity, but quiet, strange sadness. And now, I asked, now I know what I lost you, she whispered. It should have been enough. Maybe a few months ago it would have been. But I was no longer that man. I had spent too many nights talking to a wall, too many mornings wondering why I wasn't enough. I had learned to live with her silence. Somewhere along the way, I had stopped needing her noise. I loved you, Laura, I said quietly, but I can't keep loving someone who had to lose me to see my worth. Tears streamed down her face as she reached for my hand. I stepped back. Don't call me, I said, repeating her words softly. She froze, finally understanding. I closed the door, not in anger, but in peace. For the first time in years, I felt free. I walked back to the window. My phone rang again. I looked at it, then turned it face down.